Hey, it's Wes, coming back with today's episode. Got the new mic in. I'm liking the new mic. I really kind of dig the quality coming from it. Uh, Today, a couple things to touch base on. We've already got the 750. We are in Platinum. I did do a little bit of Delimited last night. I think I may even have a little bit yet to play. Let me see here. Yeah, I do still have a little bit left to play. I can't remember. Is that hours? 27 hours? Yeah, that's hours. So that's seconds, minutes, hours. So I've got a lot to go. I've got 3 wins, 2 losses. So I've gone roughly 50-50. Um, Today's episode, though, we are looking at 30 white or black spells. So we're going to jump into my ranked. And we're going to take my spearmint, which is basically Kratz with a couple changes. And just to kind of show you those changes in case you're not as aware. Now, just so that you do know, I love having 4 copies of everything. So in this deck, I've got Anointed, I've got Charmed Stray, Speaker of Heavens, Griffin Airy. I'm thinking about swapping that out. I've been really thinking a lot about actually creating an actual sideboard for this deck, and there's some removal spells like disenchant type work that I'm thinking about putting there. Maybe even something like Swallow Whole. That'd be a great one to put there. Because the thing is, it's just sometimes you feel like you need a better option. And Griffin Area is great whenever this is popping off and working right. But when you're behind, it's not really a card that helps you. I've got Passion Order, Pacifism, Revitalize. The changes I made is Helioid, the Sun Crowned. I've got him in here. He's mythic. And I've got 2 Valkyrie Harbingers. Now, Helioid, the whole devotion to white, the whole devotion concept, I still struggle with a little bit. And in this deck especially, you got to realize most of these are 1-drops. So they're not going to give you a lot in regard to devotion. And unless you've got a bunch of them in play at once, it's going to be a tough time. That's just the way it is. Now, Valkyrie of Harbinger actually kind of helps with that, but at that point, most of the time my games are over by the time I would have this in play. But I've only got 2 of her, I've only got 2 of him, because if you look, I only had 2 mythics to be able to craft. I have a handful of rares, a handful of uncommon and commons. So anyways, all that being said, let's jump in and start playing. And we're going to be in standard, and we are in platinum difficulty. One of the things I want to talk about today is getting better at this game. One of the things, and this has kind of blown me away, I have gotten better at this game by simply making these video blogs. I know it sounds weird, but the simple truth is, yeah, we'll keep that. The simple truth is, I pay more attention to myself. I don't autopilot as much whenever I'm actually actively recording, because I'm going to come back and let's be honest, I don't get a lot of views. The views I do get, I appreciate. I'm not even sure who is even watching. I only have a handful of subscribers. But the thing is, the views I do get, I appreciate. But also, I do watch my own gameplay afterward. It may not be on YouTube, it may be the raw file before it even goes to YouTube. But the point of it is very, very clear. I play this game in a way that I come back later, I watch and see what it is that I did and didn't do, and it makes me more aware of the mistakes that I have made. That's just something that I've noticed. The second thing, and here I'm platinum. Is that really something to really brag about? In all honesty, as a free-to-play, maybe, but I really don't think so. I think that a white aggro deck, it's been pretty easy for me to build this. It's been pretty easy for me to build some of the red direct damage decks that I've had. So I don't think that there's a lot to be said for I don't really think that there's a lot that really needs to be considered, I guess you could say. I think that overall we've done pretty well. We got typhoid rats, dang it. I hate them. And they got shadow here. I hate the typhoid rats. But they're not really worth dropping a pacifism on. Well, they might be now. Lifelink, trample, and all that good jazz. Yeah, we're going to nail him. Just because it makes him have to take that equipment off of the rat. He's going to be like, you pacified my rat. And I'm like, yes, yes I did. That is a pretty tough card. Yeah, I'm going to keep sending damage. All right. Now, if I draw one of the Speakers of Heaven, that'd be great because I can start producing the 4/4 angels, and then that dragon doesn't mean as much. Man, Death Touch. I hate Death Touch. As an aggro white deck, Death Touch is something that you do struggle against. Maul the Skyclaves. There we go. We're going to drop that on... Let's go ahead and drop that on our Chorister. And you know what? We're going to attack with all. Because, yeah, he's going to block one of them. With that Meyer Triton. But it's going to drop enough damage on him that he's going to be a... I don't want to say a one-hit wonder, but he's going to be pretty weak. He's going to be in a situation where he is going to have to hold back his attacker. Yep, that's what we wanted. So barring him getting some kind of other sizable blockers in play, which is possible. I mean, he's got this sitting back over here. I don't remember all the things you have to do to be able to make it worthwhile. I'm not sure why he's attacking. That's a mistake. Well, that wasn't a mistake. Alright, we got Griffinary. That's all we have to play. And see, that's kind of my thing with Griffinary. I sit here and I'm like, you know, when things don't go right, it sometimes does not work in your favor. I need a pacifism for this guy now. He is going to get pretty ridiculous pretty quickly. Alright, can I get a creature? Hey, I got a pacifism. That works too. There we go. Buys me another turn. Hopefully I can get a creature soon. Or a revitalize, you know, gain a little bit of life. Oof. Gain a little life, draw a card. There we go. Speaker of Heaven. Get the Maul on him. He's been able to gain back a lot of life. So definitely makes it a little bit tougher. Yep, I saw that coming. So the question is, does he attack or does he wait? Didn't even need to. Doing what I can. That's about all I'm doing. Yeah, this is where this deck does struggle. You know, I was able to get out to a pretty early lead. Yeah. I don't really like the artwork on that. It looks like he needs to go to the dentist. It looks like it's going to be a very, very painful visit. Yeah, there's nothing I can do at this point. So, it is what it is. I'm not going to waste time. I'm just going to see and get it over with. Get on to my next match. That's something I've had to learn the hard way. Sometimes you just need to get on to the next match. You don't need to sit and waste time. I have noticed, and I made a video the other day, I made mention that I didn't think that the metas would change that much from tier to tier, and they absolutely do. As I've climbed and I've gotten, I mean, just within my first day or so of Platinum, and it could just be the luck of the draw of who I'm playing against. This first day or two, I have been in a situation where, up until this point, a lot of spells that you went against didn't necessarily carry a lot of utility, like disenchants and things like that. Which obviously, I don't even know if disenchant's legal, but you know, spells like that. I'll keep just because I do have quite a bit of planes there. And like I said, Griffinary, I don't know. It sometimes whenever you're really behind, it feels very underwhelming. That is the best way to explain it. When you're behind, Griffinary just does not feel like it's a way to get forward. And the reason why is because when you're behind, the likelihood of you attacking, yeah, this is one of those decks, the likelihood of you attacking is significantly lower. And if everything you have is lifelink, Griffinary is never going to be triggered unless you're blocking. And if you're blocking, odds are your characters are dying. Alright. So my next drop, I play my plane, I drop Griffinary, and then he's just going to try to mill me, try to counterspell me and all that kind of good stuff. So we know what he's doing. Just a question of, can I actually effectively beat it? That's the question. Alright, I got Speaker of Heaven coming in now. Yeah, whenever you gain life in this deck, it's great. It's a good deck, but how do you consistently gain life? Well, it's going to take out something. Speaker of Heaven. We know what that's going on to. I'll attack. That's one of the cool things about this Helioid. I'd added him, and that function right there, basically I replaced the Hallowed Priest with him, and with this Valkyrie Harbinger, I took out the 4 Hallowed Priest, dropped in 2 of him, 2 of that one. And it's amazing that basically his ability essentially is the same as that sucks. Wish that would have stayed in play a little longer. But it is what it is. activate his ability and give that life link. Next, all attack. End my turn. Yeah, so he basically is the ability of the Hallowed Priest, but it's on him himself, and you can target other characters. Now, once you get the once you get this character, you know, the whole devotion thing, then it becomes something a little different. Alright, so what can we do here? Those both have a death touch and they're both flying. Why is all his mana so small suddenly? You just have enough of it now, I guess. Alright, we got Griffinary. We'll put that in play. And we will drop Pacifism. Or will we? They're only flying now. Okay. Yeah, we'll drop Pacifism on one of them. There we go. Activate his ability. And we'll go ahead and put that on him. That way he's a 2/2. And we are going to all attack. That devotion came in clutch there. I don't know why those had death touch initially. Maybe it was just the spell itself when it come into play. Yeah, so the thing about this really kind of comes down to this. Making these little videos, you know, I would love, you know, if I ever became super popular. That'd be awesome. But at the same time, do I expect it? No, I don't expect it. It's one of those things where it would be awesome. It would be a lot of fun. But I don't count on that. I'm not trying to become some kind of, you know, YouTube celebrity. I do a lot of these videos for myself because it makes me conscious of my decisions as I'm playing. I'm like, hey, people are actually paying attention. People are potentially watching. So it takes me out of that autopilot mode, I guess is the best way to put it. I got 1, 2. Yep, you know. Good game. GG. Yep, and it's much slower to climb. I'm happy with Platinum for now. I would like to get higher, but it is going to take some time, and I'm going to have to make my deck better. That's just all there is to it. Alright, we need to get back another... hopefully another game will get this knocked out for us. Yeah, that Heliode, or whatever he's called, that's a great card. I just wish I had some other form of being able to get my devotion a little higher, a little quicker. That way I could get him into play a little faster. Very nice. I like leading off with him. I'm not sure why. As a 1-drop, these two are basically the same. What the heck is that thing? Disgusting. Impassioned Order. I'll attack. Block, but I gain life. Try to click on his little plant. I'm going to block that. Drop the Charm straight. Drop number 2. And drop number 3. All attack. Bam. Alright. So I think he realizes that I can probably just gang block him now. What is this thing? Okay. Put this on my Speaker of Heaven for obvious reasons. And we are going to all attack. And by the end of this attack, we may, if my math is right, be able to activate his ability. Here it is, it's turn 4, if I'm thinking correctly. And we're sitting at 31 life. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 characters in play, a 3/3 flyer, a 4/4 flyer. And the overall majority have got life link. The only one that doesn't is Impassioned Order. But he has a gains life as it comes into play effect. There's got to be some kind of combo with him out there. Oof. That hurt. I didn't like that one bit. Yeah, as you get a little higher up, the decks become definitely more specific. You're going to run into far less what I would call jank. Let's do him that way. We got the 4, and then also his coming through as well. He knew it was over. I think he was kind of showing me a little bit of what his deck could actually do. I don't know what happened. You know, could have been one of those situations where he just didn't have the right things in that specific deck to beat the deck I have. There is a rock, paper, scissors aspect to this game still. All right, one last game and we will definitely be done. And Spearmint, usually it's just me. It's something dumb I do. When I create a new deck and it's just kind of an experiment deck, I know this is called Spearmint, I will capitalize the first letter. I may well actually capitalize this first letter of this deck, and that would actually, to me, signify that, hey, yeah, this is actually a potential legit deck. Ooh, I like that look. Get out of my way, I'm trying to click on this thing. Yeah. He's all like, come get some. There we go. Got the Annoying Chorister into play. I'm sure he sings beautifully. And I got a Woodland Mystic. Ooh. Griffinary. And let's go ahead and attack because if he blocks, cool. If he doesn't, he's definitely probably looking at using that to get something into play soon. It's big. Luckily, I got a couple pacifism styles. Yucky. Yucky. I'll play that, and I will play Revitalize. Very nice. I've got me a Speaker of Heaven and a non-creature, non-land card from it. Ugh. I don't really have any graveyard effects, so I'm okay with the like this map because you can actually click on stuff. And that's one big old boy now. Maybe if I click on this, it'll catch Elspeth's thing on fire and I'll burn it. So I gotta deal with it. Oh my god, freaking 80 some card deck. I'm not gonna block that. Why would I? Pacifism, of course. And we will drop both these into play. And I do believe that Helioid, whenever I get him, Heliod, however it is pronounced, when I can, I think that's the card I need to go ahead and make more of. Maul of the Skycleave. You know where that's going. It's going on to my guy right there, and we're going to 3, 6. I'm almost curious. Yeah, I almost wondered if he would do that. And activate ability. There we go. So we've got 7, 8, 9 flying damage. No, 11 flying damage. So unless he gets something that can block it next turn, we've got lethal. Barring, of course, you know, some type of life gain between now and then. Death touch, life gain. That's a big dude. I ain't blocking that. Alright, next, I'll attack except for my cat. End turn. There we go. So we are whittling him down. He takes a big bite out of me with him. There's no doubt about it. That pacifism came in clutch. Little fire dude on a little fire map. That's cool. I can respect that. He's got a flying demon. And he's got Elspeth's loot. Power 2 or less. That's gonna be probably one of my griffins, I'm sure. I don't think he has enough. Well, after the lifelink, he might. It's decide time. Man, he is really hanging in there. I don't have anything in my hand, so. I'm messing with your dude. I can see his innards. It's weird. 4/4 lifelink. Landfall. Yucky. Ew. Griffinary. Man, I don't know. I really feel that that's the right move, because he's kind of put in a situation of, do I block the Angel or do I block the Speaker of Heaven? And he's choosing to block the Angel. I give him 3 damage, additional past that, and I gain me a handful of flyers. Exile my graveyard, that's good. The only thing that's really kept him in this game is his lifelink. If I could pull a pacifism, but as of right now, that has really kept him in this game. That is exactly what's kept him in this game. No blocks. I just don't see how I'm going to get around it. It's a good strategy. I mean, I had him on the ropes early. I just fizzled out. That's 16 plus 5. I will block that one, and I will block one of these. Oh, it's got menace, doesn't it? I think that's it. Good game. Yeah, that lifelink on that thing just made it unstoppable. Alright. Someday I may get out of platinum, but I doubt it. Yeah, so let's look and see. We leveled up. We got a cool little thing here. We got some little bit of gold for the day. We've still got, I think, up here, another day to play this. Let's go ahead and jump in, see what time it is. I got some things I got to do here soon. I probably don't have the time to finish this right now, so that will have to be another time. But yeah, this Kratz / Spearmint deck that I've been working with, it's just a real simple life lane. Ooh. It's a real simple life gain. I don't really want to brag and say it's the greatest thing ever. It's not. But it's got some things to it that are good. I can definitely tell you right now, I see things about it that, if I could get going, would make it 100 times better. This Helioid, I'm not sure if I even pronounced that correctly. That character right there is a game changer to this deck. If I could get 2 more of him, drop out the Valkyrie Harbinger. I've only drawn her a handful of times, and I never get to the point where I even have enough mana usually. Because at the point whenever she would come into play for me, I have no real acceleration of mana. So by the time she would come into play for me, she would be almost redundant. Because if you think about it like this, at that point, could she possibly win me the game? In the game I was just in, had I pulled her about the time that I had the 6 mana, I think she could have. She could have been enough to throw me over the top. But at the same time, having him in my hand from the beginning would have probably have done the same thing. I really feel that if there was a way to get card draw a card. Yeah, I got Defiant Strike. That's always an option. I'm not real big on that kind of stuff, but Revitalize, of course, is a good one. I'd love to have the complete artwork for that. It's just this here is the extended, of course. Yeah, I think you get the idea. We've got options to be able to draw a card. Now this card sucks so much. You and a target opponent each draw 3 cards, and I have to pay 3 mana to do that? That has got to be one of the worst things I have ever seen. And it's an uncommon? Now, if it was a 1 or 2 drop or something, 1 drop I'd probably be overpowered. Like a 2 drop, I could be like, okay, but I'm paying 3 mana, 2 specifically white, for me and an opponent to draw 3 cards. I don't know. I don't get that one. So anyways, I appreciate you all dropping in today, and I hope you all have a great day.